So this session will be recorded and I start recording. I'll share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay, so when I'm sharing, I can't read your I can't read the chat, I guess. I don't know.
You can read the questions or
So if you have
Asra.
any
We can
question,
help. Yeah.
Asra and Huda can help, or also feel free to unmute yourself and talk. It's a workshop, it's not a lecture. Talk, make noise, I don't know. Correct me when I'm wrong, say anything. I like to hear your voices. Okay, let's start it. This is welcome to Google Developer Student Club. This is a series of workshop will be will be running this semester, and this workshop will be about Java and OOP. Mainly, this session will be introduction to OOP, object-oriented programming, and a little bit of Java. But the upcoming sessions will be focusing on Java, and do we will do more coding and practice questions. Maisie will be with me in this series workshop. I don't know if she's gonna make it today. She might have something. If she joins us, we'll hear from her, of course, about the next workshop session. First, let's get started. So first thing first, my name is Dana, and I'm a third-year student at Sydney, Sheridan College, of course. I joined the club the first year when Huda was selected to be the founder of Google Club at Sheridan College. I live in the wonderful town, let's say, in the GTA. I live in Oakville, and I love to travel. I love reading book, and I don't have pets. So this is 3 fun facts about me. What else I'm gonna say? Oh yeah, I worked as a developer at RBC last co-op term, and I will be joining RBC again as a developer next semester. Right, this is our agenda. We will give an introduction to object-oriented programming. What is object-oriented programming? What is the structure of object-oriented programming? What are the main principles of object-oriented programming, and why object-oriented is useful? And as I said, it's at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about Java. All right. Do you have any question before I start? I lost my chat. I don't know how. Okay, here we go.
I'm good.
Hello, Ola. Hello, everyone. All right. Going back to the presentation. Oh, by the way, I'll be using this playground. I like it. I will share it with you guys. Feel free to did I paste it? Okay. Feel free to browse to it, and we're not be doing so much coding, but this is a great tool. So you can write a Java code with no need to IDE or anything. All right. So what is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is about creating objects that contain the data and method. It's a paradigm. It's an approach. It's it's an approach in programming. When we say it's an approach, that means there are other approach as well, but here we will be focusing on object-oriented programming. When we say it relies on the when we say it's contain both data, like it's about creating an object, that means we're saying it relies on object and classes. It's used to structure your software program into a simple, reusable piece of code, right? So, like object-oriented programming, it's an approach that organizes your software or your code or your program around an object. It's also a model. This is what I said. It's a model that organizes your software and design around data and object rather than function and logic. An object can be defined as a data field that has unique attribute and behavior. So every time you want to write a Java code, you need to create a class and you need to create an object out of this class. When we talk about classes and objects, we will talk, this is the object-oriented programming, when you have classes and object. And when I say classes, it means where you create a blueprint for your program. To structure your method and attributes. So in order to make your program functioning in an efficient way, you need to bundle up or wrap up your data inside a class. And this class will be called whenever you want or whenever you want to do something or solve a problem or, I don't know, manipulate your data. Each class in Java contain an object. This is, in a nutshell, object is an instance of class, and the class could have many objects, right? Objects also, so objects needs object like table, like, I don't know, window, like animal, like car, like student, anything in real life, you can be an object in your program. And this object, like a table, student, window, I don't know, human, animal, car, needs an attribute and method. Needs attribute to describe it, to set the state of object. Like if you have an object, a table object, you need to know the size of it, the shape, the color, and also what is this table for? Is it I don't know, a desk table, a dining table? It's, you need to know also the behavior of it. Pretty much, let's give an example, another example, like a vehicle. What's this vehicle? What's the color of the vehicle? What does this vehicle do? You need to drive it, right? It has a speed. So this is, when we talk about classes and objects, think of them as a real life object and classes. Let me give you an example, okay, about this. So we have, every time we want to create a class, we're gonna use this keyword, public class, and I'm gonna name my class as a dog, right? So I have an object, it's a dog. Let's imagine that I have a pet store and I need to create a store, my all the dogs that I have in my store, right? So each dog, we need an attribute. A dog now as an object is a class that we will use it to create an object. This class, we will use it to create an object, and this object, we need something to set the state and behavior of this object. Dog needs an age, of course, and needs a name, right? So string dog, right? So this is sorry, oh my god, private, and this is private, right? This is this data is the attribute, right, for this dog, for the object. And this class will, this dog will have a method, a behavior, something the dog will do. Let's call bark, and this method will will have string, maybe sound. It's going to be wolf, wolf, right? And this method will return sound, right? I saved it. No, okay. No, let's ignore. So this is class. Class has attribute, and and has a method. And every time we want to use this class, we can create an object. All we need to do is dog1 equal new dog, right? Of course, we need a constructor here. I didn't create. Let me create a constructor. So constructor will use constructor to create an object out of the class, and the constructor should be public. It should has the same name of the class. This constructor will take two attribute, two variable. They are the name of, oh my god, this should be name. They are the name of the dog and the age, right? This age equal age, and this name equal name. Name, age, and name are variable to store the object here. Like, let me show you. Let's name this dog as Simba. All right. So this one will be stored in this age variable, and this name will be stored here. So every time you create an object, the constructor will be called. If you didn't create a constructor, then the default constructor, I guess, Java will throw a default constructor to you and to be able to create an object. Let's move on. Do you have any questions so far? Yeah, it's name. I fix it actually. Here we go. We're gonna get back to this later after a while because I want to show you something also fun. Now, the main principle of object-oriented programming, encapsulation. To make sure that sensitive data is hidden from user, you need to make sure that you don't provide the power for any user to manipulate your data. Always keep your data private. Wrap up your data with your code in one unit, in one class. Don't give the user. Imagine you have a bug and you're not aware of this bug, and then I don't know, you have one user ran this application and was able to change the data type for age from, let's say, string, and instead of int, for string. Your program will crash later on, right? So always don't use the access, use private access modifier. Don't use
So Dana, there is a question in the chat. Can you explain object in main?
Can you explain object in main?
Keep saying.
You mean in the main function, this one? The line number 5?
Yes.
Yes? All right. So what's your question?
So he's saying, can you explain object in main? Like,
Okay.
if you can run it or, display properties
So
of one.
yes. So let me explain again. So object-oriented programming relies on object. Think about it think about a car, right? Car has too many things in it, but you don't see each thing in your car, engine, I don't know, the wire inside it. Each one of them is an object. They are hidden from you. You are the user, and those objects are hidden. You don't know how they are made. You don't know from where, which, I don't know, which country produced them. You don't know Canada from where, if it's if they are imported or I don't know, made here in Canada. You don't care about these kind of details. You care about your car. This is what we are doing here, right? So you have hundreds of dogs in your pet store, and you need to store each one of these dogs in your database, right? You need a blueprint for these dogs to follow or to use in order to store them in an efficient way. You don't need to create hundreds of classes for each dog. You need to use one class, one blueprint, one template, let's say. And from these templates, you will be able to create multiple objects. Like now I can have dog 2 equal a new, oops. Do I need this? Yes, I do. Dog 2 equal new dog. And this dog is 5-year-old and its name's Alex. Right? Now, okay, let me say, okay, this is system dot out. Let me show you. Print. Now I can use dog one dot, let's say, bark, right? If I run it, I have this, the dog is barking, right? Why is this? Because this is an object of this class. Then when I say I'm creating an object, then if I say also, like I can say I can create multiple objects, and all these objects that I'm creating out of this class will have access to whatever I have in this class, to all the methods, to all the data, right? So here I set the name. If I write dog, let's say string name equal dog one dot get name, and then I said system dot out dot and line name. I should get symbol. Oh my god. I don't have getter and setter. Oh, sorry for that. My bad. Okay, let's have public void. Oh, this is another thing. We'll go into it right now. It's good. Public void set name, and we'll take string name, and this dog name equal name, and public string get name will return name, right? Okay, so let me explain to you this. When I told you that encapsulation means you need to keep your data private, that means, see, this is an example. That means when I try to access the name in that class, I got an error because my name is private, that my variable is private. There's no way to manipulate or get this data when it's private from the outside of the class, okay, from the outside of the scope. To solve this problem for us, for the programmer, we say, okay, if you need your user to give the user a power, to give yourself a power, or outside the class, you need getter and setter. You need access. You need a way to access these data. And this is the set, and this is the getter, and this is a setter and getter. You use them outside of the class. Now, I guess we won't have an error. Yeah, we got Simba. So what did I do? I set the name of the class because I passed Simba using the constructor. I used the constructor to tell that, okay, this is the name that I needed to be stored here, and I'm using get name to get it from outside of my class. Okay, I hope it's clear. So this is encapsulation. Polymorphism means that you perform one single action in a different way. Here it says that the objects are designed to share behavior and they can take one or more than one form. What does it mean? The classic example of polymorphism in object-oriented programming is the shape class. So you have a shape class from shape, which has, let's say, method draw. And give me an example of shapes. You might have, I don't know, okay, got it. You can create multiple objects. I hope you got it. Dog one is an object. It's an object. Yeah, it's an object that you created from dog class. Shape class is the same. Yeah, triangle, square. So shape can be you can perform the shape in different way. I don't know, triangle, square, circle, right? So this is an example of it. Here in our example, we might have another class called public class animal, and animal could have public void eat system dot out dot endpoint, and let's say eating, right? So this animal, we have another class now, right? This animal could be a dog, could be a cow, could be a chicken, I don't know, could be anything, any animal, right? And then if I want to use this animal, I can use this. So consider animal is a parent class and has children. Each animal, like a cow, is a children of animal. A dog is another children of animal. So animal is a class who has multiple classes. So this eat method, it's a single task where it can be performed in a different way. Where can I call it in a dog class, and it will be dog is eating, right? Or I can use it in a cow class, and it could be a cow is eating now, right? So this is a one task that could, let me show you actually. Let me show you. It's fun. So when I want to use a function or method or attribute from other class, I need to use extend words. This is inheritance. This is the third or fourth principle of object-oriented programming. Means that I can reuse the code more and more as much as I want. Let's go back. So I want dog to extend animal now. Oops. So animal is the parent class and dog is the children. Now I can, when I extend the animal, so this is, if you use an IDE, you will get a message that you need to extend all the method or that the parent class have. But here it doesn't give me this option. It's just a playground, so I will do it myself. So it's public. Let me copy and paste it, right? Here we go. And this it will be dog is eating. And when you extend everything, you need the override keyword. What does that mean? That means you extend animal, the parent class, and you will when you extend your parent class, you will have access to all the methods that are in the parent class, right? And you will be able to override this methods. That so if you so this is a general method, but when you customize it to a dog, you can override it and you can print whatever you want, like dog is eating. If a cow class extends animal, this will be cow is eating. And now if I go back here and I said system.out.dog.eat, I should get dog is eating. Oh, I don't, for some reason. Dog one. What is it?
Hey,
Oh,
I
yeah,
could
yeah.
just the return. You need to make the return string. Yeah.
No, 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 no. I know what should I do. I don't have, yeah, because it's a void, so I
Yeah.
don't need. This is all I need. Yeah, dog is eating because I can, like, I have already the system, the output here, so I don't need it again. I don't need again to use system.out.print new line, right? So now it's dot, it should be dog. Typo. All right. So this is so in this example we explain the polymorphism and inheritance. So animal could be in it's one task, one action, eating could be used in multiple form, in a dog class, in a cow class, and other thing. Abstraction is a process of hiding implementation details and showing only functionality to the user. What does that mean? That means when I have animal class, and this animal class will be extended in from different other classes. So animal has multiple children, right? And I want to extend uh, all the children, all the subclasses will use animal. Then instead of having public class, I can make it abstract, right? Abstract means I don't need to implement any logic in this class. I want to build a structure, the template, and in each subclass I will modify this template. I will add something. I will change the system dot print line message, right? And also I will make this abstract. Do I need public? I guess so. And when I make abstract method, I don't need I just need the signature of the method. I don't need an implementation. Here I'm telling my program, this is a parent class. It has an eat method. All the animals will use this eat method, and I will modify this implementation of this method depending on my need, on my program needs, right? If I'm using dog class, then I'm gonna say, okay, dog is eating. If I'm saying cow class, then I'm gonna say cow is eating. So I'm making my program more like abstract, so I will be able to change the implementation later on when I decide. Okay, so it's a decision you make when you start writing your logic. If you feel like, let's say you're developing a bank application, right? And you have an account class, and in this account class you will, and you have a saving class, and you have a business class, I don't know, different type of bank accounts. And then you want to calculate, let's say, the interest rate, right? And we will be calculating the interest rate for each account. Then you create a class, an abstract class, will have the signature of the interest rate method, and you will call this class whenever you need it, or call this method whenever you need it, to change the implementation. Because it's so the key factor of this is to make your code reusable, easy to use, easy to maintain next time, right? So don't write an implementation of your code in a spot where you are 100% sure you're gonna override it again. So this is the goal of having abstract stuff, right? Now here, if I run it, nothing will change, I hope. Nothing will be broken. Yeah. So nothing is broken. Dog is eating again, even though this is an abstract method. It has not any implementation. I extend the abstract class. I override its method. I said that already. What's the benefit of this? It's reusability, security, and modularity. What does this mean? That's mean never forget when you are developing so what is a programming? What does it mean to be a developer? I don't know. Tell me, what does it mean to be a developer? Why you're here? Why you're writing a program? Type in the chat.
Build an application.
Why you are developing an application? Yes, to solve a problem.
Yeah.
So every time you're creating anything, you're developing anything, think about it as a solution to an existing problem. You're developing something, you're offering, you're providing a solution to this problem. That's mean when we are using, I'm a big fan of object-oriented programming. So when you think, when you train or teach your brain or set it up to think like an object-oriented programming model, that means you're saying, okay, I have a big problem, a big task, and what I will be doing, that I will divide this task into subtasks, and then each subtask will will be a class, let's say, right? And will solve one problem, will have its own data, its own methods, and will solve this subtask of the general task, the big problem, right? So, and also each class I can use it later on. Maybe like Uber is an example. So Uber is an application that use it's been there in the market, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something more. So now Uber has Uber Eats, Uber Grocery, I don't know. So they are, and pretty much they are reusing their code and adding new feature to it. So this is an example of this is the benefits of OOP. Now, this is let's move on to Java. Actually, we've been doing Java since we start this workshop. So this is, when we say Java, we means object-oriented programming. So all these principles will be implemented in Java, right? So Java has a class. It relies on objects. We can create hundreds of, like 100 dog out of this class, right? Java has an abstract class. Animal class could be could be used in different ways, like dogs, cows, as we said. What else? What else? Oh, it's encapsulated. All data in Java are encapsulated. We use private for this. Also, it depends on your need, right? But this is a general practice. When you have data, you have, your data should be hidden. This is the nutshell of it. Now, Java is a very wide use programming language. We always say write it once and run it everywhere. What does that mean? That means Java, like you can run your Java application on any operating system. You don't need you don't need to create a copy for, I don't know, Mac OS operating system or another one for Windows. No, you write it in Java and you can run it everywhere. Java is a high level programming language. I don't know if you have heard of this before, probably yes. What does that mean? When we say a high level programming language, it's not a machine language friendly, right? It's a human language friendly. It's more like English language. You can understand, you can write Java code in a readable way. This means high level language. What does it mean? So next semester, I guess, if you are in Sydney program, you will learn more about low level language and assembly language. It's a machine language. It's not a fun course, but you need to take it. Anyway, so a high-level language, let me explain to you why Java is a high-level language and you can write it once and run it everywhere. Java has GVM, which is the virtual machine. The first time you write your code, if you're using an IDE, Eclipse, or NetBeans, IntelliJ, anything, when you save your code, your file will have .java extension, right? And then you compile it, and the compiler will take the code and will turn it into bytecode file, .class file, right? This bytecode file is not human readable file, right? This file will be taken by Java Virtual Machine, and Java Virtual Machine will send the instruction into your operating system to be able to run the application. So we're using the same GVM. You install it when you install Java, and this GVM will run your application, will help you to run your application in different operating system. And this is why Java is a high level language, and this is why like it's a widely used in many for many applications and devices. Now, so as I told you, this workshop will be a series of Java. We won't cover everything in Java today. We'll be introduce you to only, I guess, variables and data type. Yeah. So so let's so next workshop, Maisie is here. She at the end of the when I'm done, she will maybe talk to us about next workshop, and let's see what's the plan. Also, please feel free to type whatever I don't know, your suggestion, whatever you need to learn from this workshop here in the chat, so we can see what we can do for you and how we can help you. Variables in Java. We have three kinds or type of variables in Java: local, static, and instance. Local variable are the variables that defined within a block or method. These variables called local variable, and you won't have access to them out of this block, and you need to initialize them when you if you want to use them. So let's give you an example of, let's have a function that will return double, and we'll calculate, I don't know, maybe, yeah, product. Okay, we'll take two double number, num1, another double num2, and we'll return, okay, no, wait, before return, we'll have double result. You need to initialize it. It's a local variable, and this result will be will store num times num1 times num2, right? And we will return result, right? Now, this result, if you try, this is a local variable. If you try to say result,
Line number 18.
yeah. Thank you, Asra. Now, if you try to set result to 1 outside of the block, you will get an error. Yep.
So this method needs to be outside the main class.
The main. Oh my God, yeah. It's hard to not use an IDE. I can't see. Okay, here you go. See? There's an expected error. Yeah, we're doing Kotlin this semester, so we don't use semicolon. I guess Java is the only programming language that insists on having semicolon at the end of each statement. So this is an error I got. I can't find, compiler can't find result, can't see it, can't recognize it, because it's a local variable where it's stored in the block of it, the scope of it, from this line, from line 17 to line 21. There's no way to access result outside of its scope. Also, another example, the I in the for loop, you declare it, you initialize it, you use it within this braces, but you won't have any access to the I outside this. You will get an error as well. Another type of variables are the instance variable, where we use so these instance variables are declared in the class, but outside the method or any constructor or block. This is the name and the age of the dog. So these are the instance variable, and these variable are created. Now they are empty, right? Are created when when the object is created. When you create the object, those instance variables will be created. The last type of variables are the static variables. They can be used to refer to the common property for all objects using a static keyword. Let's imagine that you want to develop an application for Sheridan College students, right? Each student will have a different ID, will have a different name, will have maybe different age. I don't know. Maybe you will have an international student, domestic student, something like that. But all of the students at Sheridan College will share the same variable, the same property, which is college, and we all are we all we're gonna have this property, Sheridan College, Sheridan, right? So when the class is created, and when these variables are created, this all the students will share the same copy of this variable college, named college. So this is where we you need to use, this is the case where you need to use a static variable, where you have a shared common property in your class. Data type in Java, we have any question? Am I running fast? Do you want me to slow down? Do you have any other question? No. If no one typing, that means the answer is no. Data types in Java, we have two types in for data. Primitive one, such as Boolean, true or false, char, the character, int, the number, float and double for decimals, and byte and long for long number, and you need to use the big L, I guess. Byte for binary number, or for, I guess, small number. Feel free to take a look, to Google. I don't know about them. You know the how much each variable, how much memory each data type takes. Um, you can always Google this kind of stuff. Non-primitive data type or object data type, they are string and array. Those will be covered in more details in the later workshop. We will have I'm pretty sure a workshop to solve some problems on string and array. So stay tuned. Syntax. This is how we declare the variable syntax. Each programming language have its own way of declaring variables. Java, we use the data type first, the name of the variable, and then the value, or you initialize the variable at the end. Don't forget to semicolon, or you want to get an error, the compiler will scream at you and will tell you to add it. This is a wrap. This is the end of our workshop for today. I hope you learn something new from us, or I hope could be a recap of what you have learned so far at school. Let me know if you have a question. Yeah, Asra, please ask whatever you want. Also, please give me a suggestion. What do you want us to cover next workshop? And I will pass it over to Maisie to talk about next workshop.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Maisie. Sorry, I came in a little bit late. I was having a little bit of internet problems, but killer workshop, Dana. Like, I really wish I had this sort of thing after my second semester at Sheridan. So that was a super great overview of what Java 1 and Java about, more or less in a nutshell. Next week, I'm trying to think of things that are more nitpicky. So maybe something like, polymorphism. Okay, so that is something I could, yeah, absolutely. We could, yeah, we could cover something more niche to that. Next week, I was thinking of going into arrays and strings, and also looking at those finer problems where you need to be able to manipulate them more. Polymorphism, I think that's a great workshop to get into. We can see how that's being used here and there. Are there any other topics that anyone wants covered? Overriding toString. Okay, yeah, so overriding methods. Okay, we can talk about that as well. So I'll mention those briefly probably next week, and have a longer, we'll probably make a longer workshop on polymorphism and overriding and abstract together the week after. I think that makes sense. But we'll definitely have those things covered. I'm writing them down here.
Just to cut you here, Maisie. So longer workshop. I don't know. Do you guys prefer to stay more than 1 hour here? It's up to you. Like, we don't want to keep you too much, but let us know. You don't mind. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. We make this workshop short because we were afraid that more than 1 hour will be too much for you. Oh, that's great. Happy to know that. Yeah, Maisie, back to you.
Oh yeah, no, I had nothing to. You hit the hammer, the nail on the head. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So one more thing, guys, please feel free to reach out to us on LinkedIn, Instagram account. What else?
Yeah. Oh, if you have any assignments that you're
Discord.
struggling with,
Yeah.
yeah. Or if you have any questions specifically, like if you're given an example in class that you don't understand, feel free to reach out to Dana or I. I think.
Also, can you tell us about yourself? Like, which semester are you in? Which
Oh sure,
program?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess I didn't really introduce myself besides my name, but I'm a third year Sydney student. So before Sydney, I was actually doing a whole bunch of random things. But yeah, I know what it's like to be new to coding. I've never coded before in my life before starting Sydney, so I know how daunting it can be and intimidating. But I promise you, like all you really need is your brain, and you know everyone in this workshop, I'm 100% sure has one. So, like if you have that, that's the only prerequisite. Will just be like yeah, I did like I guess previous co-ops, one at one at Health Hub Patient Engagement Solutions, it's quite a mouthful to pronounce, and one at Rogers. Both, one was in security and one was sort of in app development with the team, so it's been an interesting ride. I'm by no means a coding expert, but I can promise you I will try my best to answer all your questions. So yeah, feel free to ask at any point. So are there any more topics that anyone wants covered?
I just want to like add in something. All the things that Dana just, there was a recap for Java 1. These are all interview questions. Like
Yes. Yeah.
object oriented principles, they ask you about what is it like, different data types, and the public private, they like whatever you covered today. I had an interview recently and they asked everything. I wish I had
Yeah.
this. I had this, you did this before, but
I did
yeah,
that before
I would stay.
with the same interviewer. We both got interviewed with the same interviewer with RBC, and
Oh,
pretty much was the same questions for both of
oh
us.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I
I
will
have
think that's interesting.
want to put their LinkedIn, the team, the group members, to put their LinkedIn on in the chat, so people who want to connect can connect with
I
us.
guess we already have a LinkedIn channel on Discord, right? On our server, right, Huda?
Yeah.
We have a LinkedIn channel in our Discord, so feel free to post your profile there, add our members. Feel free to reach out to any of our core team members, especially Dana,
Yeah,
Asra, and Maisie, for any questions, including myself. Uh,
good.
we will be very happy to help. And let us know if you need to learn about specific topic, let us know.
Yes.
Our object-oriented series will be kind of like we on weekly basis. We don't have the final date and time yet. Dana and Maisie are
We'll let you
working
know.
on setting that up, but yeah, it's gonna be like a weekly session, so we will get in touch very soon. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
today.
we will post the recording after when it's ready. I guess Huda will post it
Yeah,
on our Discord channel. Also, one last note. I know that not everyone, comfortable to unmute yourself or to turn on your camera, but please feel free to do that. It's a workshop. Imagine we are at the college, or we all at the library. We're sitting, we're talking, we're discussing stuff. So don't make us feel like we're teaching you. We're not. It's just some of the stuff I even don't remember. I had to go and review them, read, Google some stuff, read, you know, some older notes that I have. So please feel free to, like, let's make it a friendly, fun workshop where we can always, yeah, talk. I don't know, laugh. Bring your coffee, tea,
Oh, true.
eat something. Oh,
I wonder. Oh, I think I'm unmuting everyone. So hmm.
you are on mute, Dana.
Sorry, I think I muted everyone. Oh, except for myself. That's what happened. Sorry, I keep muting everyone.
Okay,
I keep on clicking the
Okay,
mute
I will turn off the recording now.
there-
button.
there's a question in the chat box. Just wondering where I will be able to review the recording. Dana, Huda, do you want to answer that?
Sure, we can post